RusAme reader, Crowsong! And today I will be reading to you from Never Left by Plastic Bag 3207. Now, on to Chapter 1. Russia sighed. It had been about 3 weeks since America's funeral. He tried not to think about it as he fidgeted with the small box in his pocket. He had meant to propose to America the day that he died. Russia hadn't noticed that he was crying until he heard one of his tears hit the floor. He looked around when America was still around. He was usually the messy one, while Russia was the organizer. But now everything looked like it had been trashed. Well, most things. Russia had made sure that he didn't ruin the couch or walls, because those would be expensive to replace. There were bottles of vodka scattered throughout the house, some shattered or broken in some other way, others still in good shape. Russia let his face fall into his hands and his elbows rest on the kitchen table. He shot his head up when his phone started to ring. Russia pulled it out of his pocket and answered. "Hello," he said, his voice very monotone. "Hey, how are you holding up?" said a familiar voice Russia recognized as his sibling, Ukraine. Their voice was soft and caring. "Still pretty terrible. How's Canada?" he asked, turning the phone onto speaker and setting it onto the table. He heard Ukraine sigh. "He's okay. I think he's starting to accept it," they said. Russia grunted. He started to feel his emotions well up. "How can he accept it? His brother is dead, and he can just accept it? That man was the thing that kept me going after Dad died. He's the reason I'm still alive today, and Canada can just accept it?" Russia yelled. Ukraine sighed. "Well, maybe you need another someone to get you through this," they suggested, trying to calm their older brother down. Though Russia took it the wrong way. "You want me to replace him?" he said, a harsh edge to his voice. Ukraine immediately wanted to take back what they had said. No. I didn't mean it like that. I was just thinking that maybe vent to a friend. I don't know. You need to get your feelings out somehow. Maybe you should get a dog or cat," they said, doing their best to try and de-escalate the situation. Russia sighed. "Maybe," he grumbled. He heard Canada approach Ukraine. He quietly asked what had been going on, and Ukraine explained. Canada nodded. "Russia, I think you should definitely consider a dog. There's a lot of science behind how they can really improve your mental health," Canada said, trying to convince the tall, heartbroken country. "Okay, fine. I'll go to the local shelter this weekend, but I don't know if I'll find anything. Then you can't make me get one." Russia rolled his eyes as he heard Canada and Ukraine make a little yes, hearing that they had convinced him. "Make sure to send us a picture of the one you choose," Ukraine said excitedly. "If," he reminded them. "If I choose one." Okay, if you choose one," Ukraine mocked. "Just make sure to take care of yourself, Russia," Ukraine said, but Russia had cut them off by ending the call. He set his phone screen down on the kitchen table and let his face fall into his hands. America's point of view. I yawned as I opened my eyes. Why does everything feel so weird? I looked down to see that I was on the cement, and oh my god, what the heck are those paws? I frantically looked around. I was in an alleyway. There was no one there. The last thing I remember was in the hospital. Wait a minute. I should be dead. I walked over to a small puddle on the other side of the alley and looked at my reflection. I was all white with medium-length fur and one floppy ear. Holy mother of... I quickly cut myself off, hearing people approaching. I looked over to the opening of the alleyway. Oh, look, it's animal control. Peachy. They approached me, one of them holding a long dog catch pole. I started to growl. They exchanged glances and started to get closer, backing me up into the corner of the alleyway. With one quick movement, they caught my head with the pole. At first, I was scared and tried to bite at it to get it off, but I knew it was going to happen, so I just let them get me into a kennel and drive me off to the shelter. Great! Now I'm going to be someone's pet. Just what I needed. And that's the end of the first chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.